Yo, what up? Episode number 6. Let's go.
Everywhere, always.
Yo, what's up, man? To anybody watching, anybody listening, episode number 6. Back at it, another week. Ain't nothing changed, really. It is still hot as hell here in Austin, Texas, and I feel like it's only getting hotter. All right. And that's one thing I've been thinking about is like how great of a thing is air conditioning. Aside from like television, maybe our phones, maybe a gaming console. And I'm not even getting into like food. I'm just talking like inventions. Air conditioning, like we can never take air conditioning for granted. You know what I mean? Like I remember the first time I went to California and I rented an Airbnb and they didn't have an air conditioning unit in that bitch. They just said open the windows. And I was like, come again? What the fuck did you just say? Open the windows. Granted, it was a little breezy. You know, it was in San Diego. But nah, man, like ain't nothing beating air conditioning. Forced artificial air. Come on now. It's a real thing. It's a beautiful thing. And if you live anywhere where it's needed, can't take that shit for granted. Because when it goes out, man, I don't know. It's very slim to none chances that it's gonna be a good time. So shout out whoever the fuck made air conditioning. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Air conditioning. Shit, I'm even sweating right now. I got the damn air conditioning on. Oh, by Carrier. And I happen to know just through family members, like Carrier is one of the like the units that you see outside. It was invented by American engineer Willis Carrier in 1902. He designed the first electrical system to control both temperature and humidity, originally solving a moisture problem at a Brooklyn printing plant. He patented the technology in 1906. And then it rapidly evolved over the 20th century. Yeah. The first window AC unit was developed by H. Schultz and J.Q. Sherman, costing as much as $50,000 in today's money. 1939, Packard introduced the first air-conditioned automobiles. So that was the first time it was in a damn car. Though the engine had to be turned off to disengage the compressor. Whew. 1950s post-war economic booms drove residential adoption with millions of units. Thank you, Google. Yeah, man. Shout out Willis. Shout out Willis. We know what that Willis is talking about. You're talking about keeping our sanity, keeping us cool. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine being... I have been without air conditioning before in the summer where it's like 80, 90 degrees in the house. That shit is garbage, okay? Anybody who's like... You know, I trip about it sometimes because my lady is like... we'll be in the house, say it's Sunday and we're just chilling, right? And she's like, I've been in the AC all day. Like, I want some fresh air. I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. I'll take the artificial air. I'll take it because as soon as I get in the car, I'm blasting that shit. In the house, turn it down. It's got to be 70, 71 in the crib at all times. All right? Anything above that, I'm sweating. And I'm not having a good time, all right? But shout out them, because, yeah, I can't imagine that shit right now. It is hot as hell, bruh. Hot as hell, bruh. And you know who else is hot right now? Mexico, baby. USA, too. Shout out USA in the World Cup. Yeah, World Cup's going on. I got my green on. About to go to a watch party after this in my pop's crib. and we're gonna have a shindig, a hootenanny. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a good time. Okay, Mexico's doing excellent, and yeah, can't wait to get to yelling and hollering and drink some Dos Equis. You feel me? And man, hear me when I tell you, because like I know my pops ain't gonna see this, but like I'm trying to surprise him by getting him a Mexico jersey. And like, fuck, dude, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods Academy. I called the Adidas store. I went to some local shops, bro. Ain't nobody got no Mexico jersey. And then I called like Champ Sports and some other places, and they were like, "No, we don't. We carry them, but they gone, all of them." Call another store. I called another location, gone. Don't know when they're gonna be in stock again either. So shit's pretty crazy, yo. Like it's a serious thing, you know. My pops was even telling me like there's like a forgive me if I'm wrong. I gotta look it up, but like there's like a central point in like Mexico City, and that's where everyone be watching the shit. And it's going down over there. You know what I mean? They're going up rather. Center of Mexico City. Mexico City. There's like a big statue there. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh yeah, here we go. So it's a statue in the center of Mexico City called the Angel of Independence, and it's located it's like a roundabout around. It's a huge statue, and then it's like the center of the city, and like that. I seen a video on Instagram the other day, and that shit was packed out. Like I might do a news thing and like put a video there or put a video there. The shit was insane, yo. Like, but that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like Mexican culture, they take pride in their team going to the big stage. You know what I mean? Because for anybody who don't watch the World Cup or soccer in general, like this is the big stage. This is the big leagues. The best of the best are playing the best of the best. You know, so even if you lose, man, like I think Panama just lost yesterday or the day before, and like, you know, it sucks, but at least you made it. At least you were on the bill. You know what I mean? You played in these stadiums, because I think they're playing in Mexico, they're playing here in the United States, and they're playing in Canada, and they got like different venues to which these games are being played. But I think there's even like millions of people coming to the U.S. just to watch them in these stadiums. Like I think Philadelphia, there's probably something in California. Like I said, Mexico, like millions of people, yo. So this shit ain't no game. Shit is crazy. But man, it's a beautiful thing. And I really hope that they win tonight and just keep going far. And yeah, I'm trying to get this jersey for my pops. Cause I don't know. He has like a few jerseys, but he ain't got this new one. And I hope he don't. That's the thing about like getting somebody a gift is like I never want to try and get somebody a gift and then I give it to them and they're like, "Oh, I just bought it yesterday." I'm like, "Well, fucking take it back, man. I got it for you. Let me get it for you. Come on." You know, and I'm bad at gift giving, to be honest with you. I never know what somebody like really, really wants or could really use, you know? And I don't want to just give a gift just cause. Like, I want to give a good gift because I know you like really need it or you really want it, you know? Not just some like bullshit. And I think this is going to be a really badass gift, you know? And yeah, hopefully I land that shit because it's been a tough go at trying to land one of these motherfuckers because they sold out. We in Texas, bro. We right there, right next to Mexico. We neighbors, okay? So everybody's getting them. But yeah, shout out Mexico and shout out USA. USA is going too, you know. They doing the damn thing. I don't know what their record is right now, but I know they're going to the next stage. And yeah, man, shit. Can't wait to go to this watch party. As soon as I'm done here, I'm walking off. I'm walking off. But shit, you know what? Speaking of neighbors, what the fuck happened to being neighborly? What happened to being neighborly? Like, when I was younger, I never gave a fuck about neighbors. Just because I'm like, I don't know y'all. And, you know, I never really talked to my neighbors. But, like, getting older and, like, living in places where it's like, nah, I got to live next to these people. I kind of want to know who the fuck I'm living next to. And I want to, like, if I wave, I'm not talking like we got to get into no conversation every single time I see you. But if I see you, I'm getting out of the car, you getting out of the car, and I'll, hey, how's it going? Hey, fucking wave back. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, just a hey. We're in Texas, say howdy, something. Say something, bro. Like, it's almost like too much of being in the matrix of like, we're just passing by, you know. I'm not going to say that I'm the most outgoing person or that I'm always like waving to people anytime I'm out in public. But being neighbors, that's different, bro. We are fucking right here. You know what I mean? If a war breaks out, we're either going to help each other or I'm raiding your house. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the two. So what's it going to be? You know, balls in your court. Yeah. But man, like, I'm saying all this to say is like, I have a neighbor, he's moving out actually, and he's been loud as fuck the whole time. But whatever, he leaving. He was cool at first. Like when me and my lady first moved in here, he was cool. And like, you know, I'd see him from time to time, be like, hey, how's it going, man? Oh, yeah. And then just quick shit, like within passing. It wasn't nothing too much, like I'm taking up your time or holding you up or anything. But it was like real quick. And that was cool. That was fine. Everything was chill. And then we had a freeze here in Texas. And it was funny because, like, you know, the news is saying, like, yo, don't go on the fucking streets if you don't have to. Of course, my family is saying, everybody lock in and fucking, you know, brace and take care of yourself, be safe and all this shit. It was hilarious because like the first day when that ice covered the streets and everything, like you really couldn't go anywhere because as soon as you start driving, the ice was like hard as fuck. So your car, the wheels were gonna be sliding and shit. And I had this idea. I was like, you know what? I got a square shovel. All right, I had to let my dog out. He was crying and shit, scratching and whatnot. Okay, so anyways, when the freeze happened, I had this idea. I got a square shovel in the fucking garage. I'm gonna scrape this shit, and I had like a pickaxe. So I was like, and whatever I can't hit immediately, I'm gonna pick it, you know, break it up, and then get it with the square shovel. It worked like a dream. You understand? And I felt like a genius. I felt like Willis Carrier inventing no, I didn't. But anyways, I did that, made like tracks. I didn't do my whole fucking driveway, all right? But I made tracks so that when the wheels hit the ground, they're hitting the ground. They're not hitting this ice that's packed on top of the fucking ground. So then I did that, and like me and my girl bundling up, and we're trying to get ready to fucking go, and we were going to Hop Dotty because we crawled around and we're like, who's got food? Because we had food, we stocked up a little bit, but I was like, let's try and see if we could find something because like I don't want to like eat through all of our food and then we're like stuck of like, damn, now who's open? We're like, fuck it, let's try it. And we were kind of bored already. Some hours passed and we were already bored as shit. So we went to Hop Dotty. Okay, Hop Dotty in Austin, one of the best gourmet burgers you can get, and they were in the best of Austin, fucking Austin Chronicle, okay, voted on best burgers. They were a runner up. They didn't win, but somebody else did win, and we're gonna get to that. But fucking, we went to Hop Dotty, and we were getting ready to go. And my fucking neighbor, this dude, I heard him coming out of his garage, and I looked out the front window, and his shit was just sliding because I didn't do his fucking path, but He was sliding. Couldn't even get like a third of the way out of his driveway on his side. And I'm just like, damn, that sucks. He must need to go somewhere too. Maybe he going to Hop Dotty. And I felt bad, right? And I was like, all right, well, you know what? It wasn't that hard for me to do mine. Let me do his too. So I went out there, did the same fucking thing, and got a nice little track. And then he must have left because I saw him come back later when we got back. So I'm like, oh, so he did use the thing that I helped him achieve and get the fuck out of his house, because it wasn't happening beforehand. He saw me, didn't say, hey, man, thank you for doing that. Or, hey, appreciate it. Or fucking nothing, dude. Nothing. Didn't say a word about it. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't even do it to like be thanked or praised for the shit. I just did it because I felt bad, and he probably needed somewhere to go. So I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of shitty, but oh well. But it was literally like from that day forward, even up till now, motherfucker don't say hi, he don't wave, he like pretty much like avoids me and my lady anytime we're outside and he's outside, you know, getting in and out of the car. Motherfucker just like books it in the house, doesn't even fucking look our way. And it's just the strangest shit. And I even asked my lady, I'm like, what do you think that's about? Like, am I tripping, or does it seem like me doing him a favor almost like rubbed him the wrong way? Or like he almost like one of those people of like, I don't need help, I didn't ask for help, or some bullshit. And she was like, yeah, maybe you made him feel like a little bitch. You know what I mean? Maybe he was like, I could have did that, but he didn't. Maybe he could have, but he didn't. I did it out of the kindness of my heart because I felt bad. He used it, right? He didn't use another path. He used what I fucking did, you know? And it wasn't like I broke my back or anything, but I did do it. I didn't have to. And he still didn't say shit, and hasn't said shit up until like still not even now as he's moving out. So it's like, you know what? Bye. Fuck that guy. But it just makes me wonder, like, what was that all about? Like, you doing a favor for a neighbor and you don't talk to them anymore? Like, fuck them? Like I said, if something were to happen, we're either going to have to depend on each other, or we're like cavemen. Like, don't even fucking look over here, because if I run out of supplies, you're the closest person to me and I'm coming to your house. You know what I mean? Like what is it? This is the end with Seth Rogen and all that shit. Like, I'm coming to your house, I'm getting whatever the fuck you got, you know? But I don't know. That was weird though. That was like really weird. I still haven't figured it out, and I don't think I care to, but it was on my mind of like, you know, cause I got people across the street too, and you know, I've waved to them, you know, they've seen my dog and they're like, oh, hey, cute dog or whatever, and I'm like, hey, yeah, how's it going? But this guy, like directly next door, not a cool dude, not a cool bro. So I don't know what the fuck that is, but I feel like being neighborly is very like imperative. If you're gonna live next to somebody, like I said, you don't have to be kissing ass or like doing favors or, you know, bending over backwards for somebody, but like saying hi and fucking acknowledging somebody who lives right next door to you, like, I don't think it's that hard. And it's just wild to me that like that evaporated as quick as it did. But you know, it is what it is. But anyways, what I was talking about earlier. So Hop Dotty's a burger place. Great burgers, great fries. They even got the chicken lollipop wings, which are fire. They didn't win, okay? But there's a newspaper called the Austin Chronicle here in Austin. Okay, they're well known. They did a best of Austin, and they got a whole bunch of people in here. A lot of people, I have no idea what they are or where they're even located. Actually, it tells you right here where they're located. Even still, I haven't heard of a lot of these places, but quite a few of them I do know, and I've been there or I fuck with them, whatever. But Hop Dottie was a finalist, but you know who won? Best burger and best veggie burger in Austin? P. Terry's, baby. P. Terry's. So look, I've been saying this since I've been eating at P. Terry's for a few years now. If you come to Austin, this is gonna be up for debate because if anybody sees this and they're like, I live in Austin and I fuck with Dan's, or I fuck with Phil's Ice House, or I fuck with Jew Boy, or I fuck with Hop Dottie more. Yes, they'll even say Shortstop, but it's like, listen, bro, I'm talking about convenience, price, flavor, consistency, and just everything in general. Like, so easy to get, so delicious, and it's like simplified. And it ain't no dry ass burger. You know what I mean? Like, when I go there, bro, I get a double cheeseburger. They put American cheese. I don't really fuck with American cheese. I want pepper jack cheese on my shit. Give me grilled onions, pickles, bacon, and no sauce. They got a special sauce. It's not bad, but I just remove it for fucking calories and fat, okay? I'm watching my macros. I'm in the gym. I'm getting swole. Watch how you talk to me. It's a fire burger. And they got chicken burgers. Grilled chicken, fried chicken. This veggie burger, I've never had it. My lady has, but she ain't on that shit no more. She's like, fuck it. I want to eat some steak. I want to eat some chicken and shit. So she on that. And it's just fire. It's just fire. So shout out P. Terry's, okay? I'm trying to get this sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen my damn you've been on my Instagram, I did a 3D animation for them for their was it 20 or 25th anniversary of being open, and I made Master Shake from fucking Aqua Team Hunger Force, and I made it like in P. Terry's colors. So go check it out. It's on my damn page on Instagram, and it's fucking dope as shit. But I love P. Terry's. Shout out P. Terry's. Shout out Hop Dottie, because they were in there. Mighty Fine was in there. I don't even think I've ever had Mighty Fine. But yeah, shout out P. Terry's. They got shakes. They got cookies, which are fire. They got banana bread. Next question. Something that did amaze me was like Home Slice is like one of the most talked about, renowned fucking pizza spots in Austin. It's on South Congress, and I think they got another location more north. But they are not on here for pizza unless I'm missing it. They are on here for best sandwich. So that's interesting. But that's all I wanted to talk about. But shout out Austin Chronicle too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do your thing. They put a lot of people that I know in the music world out here, like local artists. They put them on the cover. So like, yeah, for real. Shout out them, bro. I'm looking on Google about what the fuck is gratuity, okay? Because how I understand it is just like, when you have a big party of people at a restaurant, which is exactly what I was involved in last night. I don't even know, there must have been like 10 or 12 of us last night. But we go to this restaurant, we're ordering wings. The shit took a long ass time, yo. We were there total for like 3 hours, and probably 45 minutes at least we were waiting for food. At the end of the meal, we were all charged individually gratuity on our like separate checks, right? Because we didn't pay it all together. It was all cut up. But we were all charged gratuity. I've heard the joke of like, I didn't order that. Whatever that gratuity is, I didn't order that. Take it off. Because in my mind, I'm like, So you mean that's a forced tip? You're telling me that just because I come in here with a lot of people and you're having to deal with more, you're having to deal with like 2-3 tables worth of people. Hold on, I gotta let my dog in. All right, had to let him in. He's in. It's hot as shit outside. Okay, so it's a forced tip because you're having to deal with 2 to 3 tables worth of people in one setting, one table, as opposed to like 2 or 3 tables separately. So you're getting a forced tip because of that? Because I always see gratuity 15, 18, 20% is going to be added automatically for groups of like 6 or more, 8 or more, whatever. And it's just like, how is what the fuck? Gratuity? What? Gratuity? Bro, I've worked as a server before, okay, as a waiter. And I understand just as much as anybody would is like it can be a very demanding job, okay? But no one's forcing you to get that job, okay? And a lot of fucking times these servers don't give a fuck. And it shows in their lack of service. It shows in their lack of attention and awareness to keep drinks full, to anticipate people's needs, because that's what you're doing. You're in the service industry. You're servicing people, getting them food, keeping them fed. And in return, there's literally only like fucking that small of a chance that even if you do give good service, people will fuck you over. It has happened to me a couple times. But on a grand scale, small little amount of time, the rest of the time, you will be rewarded if you give great fucking service. So me personally, I don't like tipping, bro. I don't like tipping. And I will tip if someone goes above and beyond. If I can tell, like, when someone comes up, their attitude, their mannerisms, the way they're like looking at you when you're fucking ordering, like most servers, they almost look at you as like you're wasting their time or taking up their time. Motherfucker, you're not getting paid hourly, yo. When I was a server, I think I only got like $2 an hour. So your money came from your tips. So that tells me if it's depending on your service, that you should give good service to get more tips, right? The faster you are, the faster you could turn these tables to get more people in and out, make more money. To me, that's easy math. But to some other people, I guess it just doesn't fucking matter. And especially the people who are getting gratuity, which to me is a forced tip. I'm looking on Google right now. It says gratuity is an additional payment given to a service worker as a reward for their service. I'm telling you right now, and a lot of people in my party had a lot to say about it last night. The chick that we had was not giving good service. So why the fuck is she being rewarded? Because there was more of us? What the fuck? That I've told people this constantly, like, because it's like a natural thing. I'm sure a lot of people do this, but like when it's my birthday or my brother's or my sister's or whoever's birthday it is, we're always like, happy birthday. We going to eat tonight? You know what I mean? It usually go out for a birthday dinner and everybody gets together. But me personally, because I'm not going to make rules for other people, but if it's my birthday, I typically don't want to go to a restaurant to eat because I know there's going to be a bunch of us. And it's happened to me before where, like, even though it's my birthday, I get my food last or something happens to it and it has to go back. And then I'm waiting even longer and everyone's just eating and I'm just sitting here just like, oh, I was going to get that. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. No, mine's coming. No. You know what I mean? And I'm assed out. I ain't got no food, bro. And it's supposed to be my birthday, and I will cry if I want to, but I'm not going to. I just want someone to give a shit. And it don't even matter if it's your birthday, bro. It's the fact that there's a lot of people in your party And then they're just getting a forced tip. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. And then if it is my day and that's the only day I can be like, I don't want to do this, no, I want to do that. Cool. I'm going to utilize it to my advantage every fucking time. So that's why I don't like doing that shit. But, you know, every now and again, me and the fam do get together and we do go out for like big, you know, we're all together. And there's like a dozen of us at least. So, yeah, then we get fucked with this gratuity shit. And then this lady, bro, she ended up getting like damn near $20, at least from me. I'm assuming she got $20 from everybody who split up their shit. And there was at least 4 split tickets, okay? So you're telling me she got that much of a tip? And then on the little, like, you know, they come to your table with like a little scanner or some shit and you pay like right there. No more going to a fucking register, right? Her and the fucking handheld device had the nerve to ask for an additional tip on top of this forced tip you already got. And like I just got done saying, she was not a great server. And then someone was telling her like, yo, some of my wings were like hard as fuck. And it was like damn near burnt, you know? And then like she didn't even like give a fuck. She didn't even try and do anything. And that's what'll make me like tip more too. If I do say something was wrong, like, you know, when they come, they're like, how was everything? And I do feel like, you know what? Actually, I didn't like that. That was too salty, or that was cooked too long, or whatever. When people go out of their way to like make up for it, and I know it can't be no sweat off their back to do this shit. Because it happened at Hop Dotty. Speaking of which, shout out Hop Dotty. I went there. The fucking burgers and shit took like 30 minutes and they still hadn't come out. So I went up there and I was like, yo, I ordered this shit. And I looked at my receipt and I was like, it's been 30 minutes. Where the fuck is the food? And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. We'll get it right out to you. I went back to my seat. Probably like within like five-ish minutes. It probably wasn't 10 minutes. Our food came. And then as we're eating, or I think maybe we finished, but like a server came by and gave us vouchers or coupons, whatever, like for a free meal. So it was almost like the shit got comped. We're still eating the burgers. It took 30 to 40 minutes later than it was supposed to, but they looked out for us. So to me, I'm like, okay, bet y'all definitely getting a tip. Cause in the moment I'm like, this is my worst fucking nightmare. Being deprived of food when I could have just stayed home and cooked it and been done eating and been chilling. And I'm fucking here. I did this to myself. All that shit just gets brewing. But then that shit happens and it's like, okay, drop the fucking attitude. And you know what? I'm going to leave a tip. I didn't leave a tip there because that's not how they work. But I would have, okay? And then I made sure to come back there and I ordered more food and everything was cool. You know what I mean? But people that go above and beyond will definitely get a tip. You will see a tip from me. But people who are just fucking walking around, I see them talking, you know what I mean, and just fucking around. I'm like, nah, dude, they're not getting a tip. Like, in my mind, I already know what I'm giving them. So, fuck all that. And again, like, that's just the business, the line of work that you're in, and you should know what it comes with. So be a good server, you know what I mean? And you will get rewarded. But being rewarded in a forced way off the back of something called gratuity, get fucked, yo. I don't like it. I don't like it. Shit. How much time I got? Okay. Yeah. All right. So last thing I want to get into real quick, because I did have this on my mind for like today and yesterday. So I've been thinking about it. Okay. So I've talked about like being a creative, right? Not just working like a 9 to 5, but having something else that you're passionate about, that you're trying to make a career off of. It's a hobby that you want to turn into something that you live off of, right? I'm very, very much driven by those things, and I have a lot of things that I'm interested in and I like doing. But I was just I've been thinking, but I was thinking about it more these past 2 days of like, fuck, man. I kind of wish sometimes I wasn't like cursed by creativity, you know? Because a lot of things that I'm interested in, I want to try my hand at, I want to do something, there's no monetary value in it. And I understand that money's not everything, but especially nowadays, like it is hard to get rich if that's anybody's goal. But it is hard to get rich. It's even hard sometimes to just pay the bills and get by. It's hard to just be well off and not have to worry about, living check to check. You got some money put up, but it's difficult. It's difficult, man. And how, fucking Elon Musk just became a fucking trillionaire, which is insane. And there's so many people that are just holding the wealth that it's like, man, a lot of times I just feel like I'm wasting my time indulging in things that are not making me money. But when I think about it on the flip side and I'm like, well, let me just do only things that are going to make me money, that kind of like bums me out too. I'm like, damn, this is what life's all about, bro. Like, I'm going to wake up every day. Of course, I'm motivated to earn a living, to be financially stable. I am that, but I'm talking about getting ahead, being wealthy, like having enough money to like buy whatever you want, whenever you want. There ain't no budgeting. There ain't no thinking like, well, I just spent that and we just did that, like none of that shit. No worry, no second thought. I got it. And I got it tomorrow and I got it next week and I got blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck, man. That shit kind of like bums me out to think, wake up, get money, work, give your time away. Even if you love doing something, if it ain't making you money, fuck it. That's why I've been trying to practice the whole less is more thing, not trying to stack so many things and stretch myself so thin about like, I got to do this and I got to do that to like feed this creative itch. I'm trying to focus more on the things that give me clarity, that do keep me motivated, that expand like my knowledge in some way, that definitely make me money, and opens me up to new opportunities. And if I have hobbies and they're not doing that, then I kind of got to put them on the back burner. That's just something I've been like really like zeroing in on. Like, man, I think like I said, I'm kind of spreading myself too thin. I need to narrow it down to like, these are the things I'm going to do and focus and put my time and energy into because they check all those boxes, and luckily, I mean, doing this podcast, I mean, aside from money, I ain't making no money on this shit. Maybe one day that'd be cool. But all like literally everything else it does, it gives me clarity. It expands my knowledge. Anytime I look something up, anytime I'm thinking about things to talk about, giving me new opportunities because you never know who's watching. And like I said, I'm practicing my speech. I'm practicing, light setup, my AV skills, just everything, and I feel like there is some value in what I'm doing now with this podcast, the show. That's why I'm continuing to do it. But there are a lot of other things I'm like, that's fun. That's cool. That's, what do you call it? That's, just rewarding in a way, but it's not doing everything that I needed to do. Or maybe it's only checking one of those boxes. Less is more. You got to do less to do more, because I think without knowing it at first, I was just trying to focus on being like a jack of all trades. I want to be the one-stop shop, especially early on when I was doing videography and photography and graphic design and, I can help you with creative direction. oh, I can help you with mixing. I can help you with, I was doing like some DJ shit, which I still like to do every now and again, especially when I get a little tipsy. Called Cruise Control Radio, where I'm like just putting mixing songs, like putting some lyrics to a song on a different beat. That shit is fun to me too. But if it's not checking most of those boxes, if not all of them, then I do need to do less of it so that I can focus more on the things that matter more and that are going to help me accelerate in the right direction. Like I was talking about last podcast of trajectory. Mind your trajectory. Don't just be going nowhere fast, and kind of just trying not to be stuck in between this like damned if you do, damned if you don't of being creative versus just making money and just, either trying to feed your ego in some way or trying to make other people happy. Like don't get stuck in all that shit. That's why reflection is like extremely important for me. And I'm always like constantly checking myself of like, do it for the right reasons. Don't be doing this shit just because you want to like just get that or just do this. Like those list of reasons I said, make sure it checks all those boxes, giving you clarity. It's opening you up to new opportunities, expanding your knowledge, because money will come, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Money will come. But if you're always chasing money, then that's all you're doing. Your whole life, you're just chasing money. You're like a workhorse, a work machine of, I got to make this money. I got to make this money. I've never been a bum, but I've never been somebody who's just motivated by only money. Like there's got to be other things in it for me to be like, all right, I will sacrifice my time and my thoughts and, anything else that might come with it to do it. It can't just be money, because all money ain't good money. You know what I mean? So you can't make money with just about everybody. You can't fucking, hustle with certain people because they ain't got the same instincts. They don't have the same, they don't have your best interests at heart. They're only looking out for them. And a lot of people, when they're money driven, that's exactly what's going on. So, I do battle with myself sometimes about just thinking like, am I cursed by creativity, thinking that I always need to express myself in some way? Or am I going down the right path to where things will eventually pay off? And really, there's no way of knowing other than just trying to temper those distractions and those negative thoughts and just trying to just narrow things down and do less so that I can do more. Because like they say, a jack of, a master of all is a master of none or some shit like that. But, just got to be more focused. Just trying to like not have tunnel vision exactly, but definitely want to just hone in on, not even a handful of things, but just things that I can really accelerate on and just be like, master that, and then I do this, and then, maybe 3 or 4 things. That's it. Maybe not even 4, maybe 3. But yeah, it can be difficult, but that's where I'm at with it. I'm thinking I'm doing this right. I'm putting a lot of faith and a lot of just trust in myself that I'm doing the right thing. And the moment it's no longer providing those things for me, I got to be willing to check myself and reflect in and just be like, it's time to let it go. It's time to do something else. So being able to pivot, being able to know when to say no and when to say yes is very important. So, I guess I'm saying all that to say, know yourself, trust yourself, and shit. Do what it do. Get while the getting's good, man. Fucking only got one life. Better risk it for that biscuit. But in the right ways, for all the right reasons. So, yeah, I'm going to leave y'all with that. This is episode 6, Everywhere Always. And I'll see y'all next time. Mexico, baby. To the top, to the moon. We gone. All right, y'all.